Today, I'm just going to respond to some of the questions that came from my previous video, which was about side hustles in Canada. If you are new on the channel, my name is Director Vim. I make videos related to Canada, immigration, anything related to photography as well on my other channel. So recently I made a post, and the post was about side hustles in Canada in case you want to travel to abroad, wherever. The side hustles that you can actually do in order to get a bit of income besides your 9 to 5 jobs. And there were some of the comments that were very interesting, and I felt, maybe I should just respond to it. So the first one actually came from, I'm sorry, I'm going to be a bit I really can't pronounce all the names here, but this one says what is this? And make man, honestly, I don't know what this name is. So his question was, your video is very informative, but I would like you to do a video on trade vocational schools in Canada. And I think I actually responded to this comment. So with vocational schools in Canada, I actually do not have much information about that. And I don't want to put information out there which is not true. Anything that I want to put out there, I want to make sure that the information is actually legit, it's real, it's something that people can actually learn or get some ideas from. But when it comes to vocational schools and all that, I honestly don't have an idea about that. But I remember some time ago I did a bit of research. I was actually trying to get into that, and with regards to vocational schools, those are like schools that you can enroll to get some, let's say, skills from. You learn, let's say, mechanical aspect, you enroll, you learn, and in that exchange, I think most vocational school is more like you don't pay tuition fee, or even if you be paying tuition fee, is going to be very less, and in an exchange for some sort of something, I can't really recall, but there is definitely some fun part about that. Maybe you can just do a bit of research. I do know there's quite a few, not even a few, there are vocational schools in Canada, so maybe you can just put the research out there and see how it goes. The next one is also from Camro, is it Camro, CY Camro 665, and he says, good evening, brother. Is there a good prospect for someone or somebody who is coming to Canada with visiting visa with experience in truck driving? So yeah, I think I didn't respond to this person, but sorry, there were a lot of messages. So when it comes to truck driving, honestly, there is, I think I actually stated it in the video. So with truck driving, there is high potential. I think that is one of the most fastest job to obtain an LMIA, especially if you having a visitor's visa. But it's not that easy though, because if you come in with a visitor's visa, there are still a couple of documentations that you need to change. First of all, you need to get your driver's license in order. So if you have the license from your previous home, you need to convert it to the Canada standard, and it takes a bit of process because you must first go for knowledge test. After knowledge test, you must go for the actual test. After the actual test, you must go for the truck license test. So the truck one is a bit of a hassle, and it consists of money as well, because you will be paying for that yourself. It's not going to be easy, but at the end of the day, if you are able to like obtain that, it's really going to worth the wait, the try, and the money. And there are some companies that actually also allows you to like enroll in all the process. They're going to like sort everything out in terms of the financing, everything, and then once you get the job, they can make some deductions from your salary as well. Truck driving is fun, but also not fun, because I think I said it earlier as well, you'll be away a long distance, especially if you're someone with family. It's not really advisable, because you'll be away for weeks. You'll be outside the country, America, Mexico, wherever, delivering stuff. You're not gonna hear from your family. So if you want to go into that part, I think it's best, maybe you are like a single man, a young man trying to like obtain some. And it's, you don't do that forever. Truck driving, at least if you do it for like 3 4 years, 5 years, you should be out, because it's a tiring job, and I wouldn't advise someone to like do truck driving for 10 years, 15 years, man. That thing is just crazy. It's gonna make you old, man. So I hope I did answer your question. So with truck driving in Canada, there is potential, and there are a lot of companies that offers LMIA when it comes to the truck driving. So if you want to get yourself into the truck driving, I'll say yes, you should actually look at that field. Another thing, another question that came from Isaac Isaac Chinda. Yeah, I think this is actually the easiest name I can pronounce here. So he says, bro from Ghana, I'm watching you from Nigeria. You are doing a great job. What is the requirement for one to function as a truck driver? Well, it's similar to the first question. So the requirement is like I said, your previous license from home. And with the previous license, when you get to Canada, you have to convert that. But first of all, you must take some knowledge test. And if you pass that, you go to the actual license. And if you pass that, you go to the truck. So it's kind of processes though. But first and first, you must have your license from your previous home. If you do, that makes it easier because it makes the process like the duration. You don't have to wait longer. But if you don't have that, it's going to be a bit of a process because you must first take the knowledge test, wait a while, take another test, and even if you don't know how to drive, it's even a worst. It's a worst case because now you have to learn how to drive, and it's more better if you have a license and you have experience in the truck driving from your country. In that case, it will be easy for you to enroll, even though it will still consist of having some monies and some knowledge and a few connections, knowing some people who are in the industry. But it's better you have your own license from home and some experience as well. So I think that is mainly the requirement. But yeah, always have money, man. Money can actually solve almost half of this problem because yeah, it's not like bribery, but the process consists of money. So the next question came from Prosper. Prosper said, thanks for this video. I'm a videographer, video editor, a photographer in Nigeria, and I have HND automotive. What is this? Something engineering, and I have experience in auto mechanic diagnostic, and I'm aiming to come to Canada. Please, how do I go about it? I don't mind a one-on-one conversation, please. Okay, so before we continue this video, I still want to make this disclaimer. I hardly say this though, but I want people to be aware that I'm not an immigration consultant. I have no idea when it comes to immigration aspect. I'm just a random Ghanaian guy in Canada. So these videos that I make is normally like some things that I've heard, and some are some experiences that I went through myself. It's more like me sharing my overall life experiences, and I believe people can also follow that and better their lives. So this guy saying he's a videographer, editor, and he has some experience in engineering as well, aiming to come to Canada. How do I go about it? I don't mind. How do you go about it? So with that, honestly, you go about it with the normal usual process that everybody does. I don't know how to answer this question. The skills that you have is a great skill, especially in the media field and the mechanical side, engineering. It's more like what I actually do. So just apply for the visa with the skills that you have. There are different types of visa. There's visas that can actually help. There's this one called the skilled something visa, where you can get the visa based on the skills that you have, and that is straight PR. And there's a lot of visas, man. There is also the visitors visa, which is the standard one that most people do use, and if you get here, you can look out for like mechanical work or media work, and through that you can get an LMIA. Once again, it's not really that easy, man. A lot of people do think like if you get the visitors visa, you can apply for LMIA as soon as you get in the country. Honestly, it's not that easy, but I'm not gonna say it's going to be tough, because everybody we are different. Someone might come in a country and get an LMIA in a week or two. Someone might also come and never get it. So it's kind of, it's luck, let me just put it that way. But LMIA, it's really not easy. It is. Forget about all those videos that you watch online. Come to this country, this company is offering LMIA. Most of these videos are clickbait. Like, a lot of people actually make this video for the sake of it. Some people just want you to watch the video just so you can have like high hopes. But LMIA is really not easy, and at this point of time, there are people who actually like make you pay for LMIA. So let's say if Tim Hortons or Starbucks is offering LMIA, someone will go and get that contract and then enroll people to the company. But before you get hired in the company, the person, like the middleman, is going to take some money from you. So let's say you are looking for a job, this company offers LMIA, I'll be in between to link you to the company, and before I link you to the company, I will take probably like a $5,000 or $6,000 and enroll you. So like there's a whole lot of ups and downs, tricks, and everybody is just looking for a way to survive, man. So it's really not going to be easy, but I mean, there's no harm in trying. So with regards to how to go about it, your question, there are many ways to go about it. Just apply for the visa, however, or you can actually come with the student route. So you apply for a student visa, you attend the school, especially with the skills that you have. You can do like videography work, media work, or engineering. When you're done, you seek postgraduate whatever work permit. There's different ways to obtain this, then there's different ways to come to Canada, but I don't think I'm the right person to give you guidelines or tell you what type of visa to go for. I think you should probably do a bit of research and you should be good. So the next one came from Lawa Olufemi. Yeah, Lawa Olufemi. Yeah, I think the person is Nigerian. Anyway, so it says, please, can I transition from visitor's visa to work permit with barbering, house painting, farm work, job, because I have experience in those areas but no certification to back it up. Thanks for the video and kudos. Okay, so yes, first of all, you can, but remember, not all the field offers LMIA. Some do, but it's not easy, especially for barbering. Only few of us. I think I've been searching, and I once came across that a barber offering LMIA. That was once online, but I do know that farm work offers a lot of LMIA, especially with the cattle farming, plantain, vegetables, and all that. Farming, a lot of them do offers LMIA, but once again, it's not going to be easy. You have to put in a bit of effort. You have to search. Man, honestly, it's not easy, but for farming there is chances. I think probably 65 or 70% chance. Barbering, maybe 10 or 15% chance. House painting, I really do not have much idea on that field, so I can't say much about that, but I believe there should be companies also, because I think that falls under general labor. But don't take my word for it, because I'm in Alberta, and maybe where I am, it is difficult to get LMIA for barbering and all that, but maybe in other provinces like Toronto, other places, BC and all that, maybe it might be easy to obtain LMIA. So it all depends. That's why I always encourage people to like do more research. I may say this, but then it's not the same, simply because where I am, that is how it is here. So I don't know about the other side as well. So I always encourage people to like do more research. Don't take my word for it. All right. So the next question, I think we're almost done. So it says, can a foreigner work in Canada as an auto mechanic? Of course you can. It's I mean, Canada has a lot of foreigners, man. Firstly, I thought South Africa had a lot of foreigners, because in South Africa we do have everyone there: India, Pakistan, Ghana, Nigeria, Malawi, Zimbabwe. Like, South Africa has a lot. But when I came to Canada, I'm like, oh, okay. So it's a usual thing. So a foreigner can definitely work in Canada as an auto mechanic. It all depends, once again. When I got here, I did work for a guy who had a BMW dealership. He fixed BM cars. I got the chance to work for him for a couple of days or week, and I resigned simply because he was just trying to be stubborn with the payment. And he employed me without like any, crazy documentations and all that. So auto mechanic, yes, you can, but it's great. All right, so it all depends on what field. If you want like the big high-end company like Toyota, Mahindra, like Ford, then obviously you have to get your documentations right. Okay, but if you want like a minor mechanical stuff, some private company who has set up his own and like mechanic apprenticeship second hand, then obviously they don't even need much requirements from you. And some also offers LMIA as well. So yes, you can definitely work in Canada as an auto, and I think mechanical work in Canada is one of the biggest. Mechanics are making a lot of money. I don't even wanna brag about this. Like, if you're a mechanic in Canada, you'll be making a lot of money, because mechanic in Canada is a big thing. Not like West Africa, we don't respect mechanics and all that. Here, mechanic are making a lot because they charge per hour, and I think the least amount is probably $20 per hour. So mechanic, is a big thing in Canada. And I think the last one, okay, so this is the same guy that I think I responded to his message. So he asked 2 questions. So he said, good evening, brother. Is there good prospect for someone who is coming to Canada with visitors visa experience in truck? So I think and payloader. So I think I did answer this. Truck driving is a big thing. Okay, truck driving is a very big thing in Canada. So yeah, I've already answered that question. Anyways, guys, if you have more questions with regards to all this, let me know. I think with this type of questions, I do have more experiences on that, so I can share my opinions about this whole thing. I mean, when I came to Canada, I've done a couple of jobs, even when my documents were not right, with visitors, obviously. Sorry, so I did work as a mechanic. I've done door fabricating, I've done barbering, I've done what now I'm into a photography job. This is a studio I work for. I'm the main photographer here, so for now this is my full-time, but I also have my other jobs that are like personal jobs, which is auto mechanical side and other side. Like there's quite a few hustles that I have on the side. I've done quite a few jobs. I can't even remember some of them, but I've done quite a few. So if you have any questions with regards to Canada jobs, LMIA visas, and no visas, I don't really know much. Once again, I'm not an immigration consultant, but I do have a bit of knowledge with regards to that. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and please, if you are new on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Don't just come listen to me and go. I mean, in as much as I'm providing information, you must also make me happy, man. Anyways, guys, thanks for coming. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section, and I think I might also do another video like this answering all of them. So thank you for coming. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Peace.